first buy. I mean, for the short term, you can go with any Army surplus pant because, you know, it's better than the crap they're trying to sell to civilians. But for high-end tactical gear in the pant regime, I'd probably go with some Royal Robbins 511 in tactical color as required. The 511s, from what I've heard, now I don't own a pair, but from what I've heard and what I've read, all the close protection Delta guys use them, all the CIA ops who use them, any footage you see on CNN of bodyguards and wearing those weird fishing vests and that's apparently what it is, as I understand it, is the Royal Robbins 511 TAC series, I believe. So with something like that, if it's good enough for those guys who are, it's battle tested, and anything battle tested is worthwhile.
Haven't worn Royal Robbins 511s myself, but I have heard from a couple of the guys back home that they were wearing them in a Desert Storm, and once again in Iraq for the latest conflict. And apparently they're pretty good. Wouldn't mind getting a hand on them. It's the sort of pants we need back home in Australia because they're nice and cool and hard wearing. Hopefully they're comfortable. These things we're wearing at the moment are almost like pyjamas. They're nice and comfy and not really suited for this environment. But we've heard good things.
Yeah, I heard the Royal Robbins were pretty good. When I was in Sarajevo, they kept the water out and the piss in.
I've heard a lot of guys say these Royal Robbins pants are the shit, but fucking, I won't wear anything that's gonna melt to my skin. It's cotton all the way, baby. Cotton or nothing. Yeah, you get near a thermite when it goes off, you don't want to be near those friggin' polyester pants that are gonna melt to your skin. Peel them off. Skin graft is no fucking fun, no matter what anybody tells you. Nah, man. You know, cotton underwear are the shit too. As long as you get them up tight into the crotch, then there's no chafage. Chafage is almost as bad as a skin graft. Fuck.
So in my line of work, actually, people have to depend on the gear that they wear every day. It's not just a matter of your guns or the guys they're with, but you can't have any gear failures whatsoever. A critical piece of kit goes down in the middle of a tight situation where you're shitting your pants and the shells are flying, the artillery's coming down, people are dying around you. You can't worry about your boots blowing out, your harnesses falling off, or anything along the lines. That's why I shop for only the best. I remember back in '93 in Mogadishu, we were doing a bunch of Black Ops down there. And I saw the first pair of pants that I knew I absolutely had to have. I've had a lot of pair of pants before, you know, different cam patterns, you know, I've got my Black SWAT stuff, Ripstop DPM, OzCam that I'm wearing right now. Most of this stuff I've traded with, you know, real-world operators that I come and go with all the time. I've had some pretty good stuff, I've had also some pretty lousy stuff. But there's guys in there working for the shop. You know what I mean by the shop, right? Anyways, the guy's wearing this really snazzy pair of pants. I look at him and they're, you know, function, fit, form, you know, really nice stuff. But obviously they got just that little bit of an edge which makes them stand out more than anything else in the world, eh? You got to see the guy's got the way the pockets are slanted, the fabric, the bar tacking on the pants, all the rest of it. Totally adds up. I knew it was a quality product. So I went over, I started talking to this guy, you know, had the Oakleys on, the high and tight haircut. Wouldn't tell me his name or what he was there doing, but I knew he was working there doing some undercover stuff. Anyways, he tells me the pants he's got are these Royal Robin 511s, you know, gives me a brief rundown on them. Says they're pretty much the bomb, 38 bucks US, can't really complain about that price too much. Especially when, you know, like I said, coming down to good kit, bottom line, top dollar, good gear, it's never going to fail you. So we have a couple of beer, tells me about the other product line, a lot of other stuff they have to offer, go on my merry way. Find out next week the guy was involved in an ambush, actually, and took a direct RPG hit to the side of the Land Rover he was in. Blew the thing wide open. I mean, it parted this thing like a canoe. But there it was, man. Pants out a fucking scratch on them.
So where do we go to get these amazing magical pants? Down here with Martin Slave at Dave's Army Surplus, and he, when he's allowed to be fed and stuff like that, is able to walk out on the floor and look at all the good Army Surplus gear. This is all these people do. They know kit. That's their gig. So when we're looking at surplus pants, what are we looking at? We walk in. We're in an Army Surplus store. Where do we go to get pants?
Well, we have two separate aisles. One aisle is new and one aisle is used.
Right.
So when you go and look for used pants,
right,
you basically want to look for condition and quality.
Now, where am I looking? Because I mean, this looks pretty faded to me. Is this a good
faded
pant?
means nothing.
No.
Because it'll still be strong. What you're going to look for is thin in the bum.
Oh, thin. Go, because this is reinforced, I guess. Is it?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
so you want to make sure your seams are good.
Oh, okay. And when you say seams are good, what do you mean? Like how would
They're
that?
not frayed, they're not ripping, they haven't already been sewn up.
Because that's where it's going to go.
Yeah.
Okay, and
Yeah.
it's usually in the seat first?
Seat and knees.
Seat and knees. Oh, and that's why they always put reinforcing on the knees.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
for crawling around.
And so these ones here are a pretty good buy because I don't see any wear on these at all.
Nope, they're just faded.
Oh, I see. Okay. Now, this one here looks like a heavy cotton, but the Canadian Forces ones here,
Are very lightweight.
yeah, now this is a lightweight pant. Now, this one would be good for, like, you know, I don't know, whatever, like daily wear, but this would be probably better for summer, I guess, or
Yep.
what?
This is 60-40,
Right?
so it's a heavier material.
What does that mean, 60-40? Do you know how that breaks down? Or?
It's 60% cotton, 40%
Oh, polypropylene.
polyester. or
Polyester. Okay, so what about this guy here? Now, this guy here's got a big sew
Yep.
mark in it.
That's
so,
common with the Canadian pant.
oh, is
They're
it?
very thin, but this is a winter pant, so this isn't a really good one to copy.
Oh, okay. So is there another Canadian Forces pant here? Here we go.
Here's a Canadian pant.
Now
And
this
these
is
ones-
surplus as well because it's got a guy's name in it and everything here. Okay.
These are really bad
These are bad.
to buy because they thin out.
Oh.
You can see my hand
Oh, I see.
is going through.
But it'd be good for summer if you didn't care, though. I
Yeah,
guess.
it'd be good for summer.
If you're down in Arizona, Pantherpy, anybody like that who's down there, all the wogs down there, they want to probably get some Canadian Forces pants to wear so they're not getting
Yep,
sun
they
on their
breathe
legs.
easy.
Yeah, they breathe good.
Yeah.
So that'd be a way to go.
Now you could do rib stop and use the American, but they fade really bad.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Let's talk about other countries because you got a bunch of other countries worth of pants here. Who makes some good pants around the world for issued army kit? You think?
British.
British? Yeah. Well, I like the British stuff.
German's good.
Germans?
Yeah.
Hate their pattern.
Yeah, hate their pattern, but it's nice.
Okay, but it works stuff though. But the British, we've got some British pants. Let's take a look at the British stuff.
I don't know if that.
Yeah, those are DPMs. Are they Dutch or British?
I think that's Dutch, but it's very close.
Yeah. Okay. So these are Dutch. Let's look at the Dutch. Lots of people in Amsterdam. Good country.
They fade, but they don't wear out.
Oh, really? So
Yeah,
they're pretty.
They're very good quality.
And they're soft. These
Yeah.
are really soft. They're much softer than any other pants we've touched so far. It's kind of like I think it's a tighter thread count or something. I don't know what's going on
I
there.
think it's doubled up.
Is it doubled up? Because that's really nice. And you know, the British, I mean, those people know a lot about uniforms. The cuts of their uniforms usually look really sharp, whatever. What else we got here? We got a bunch of stuff.
Actually, we have some British Gore-Tex.
Oh, Gore-Tex. Let's look at that for a pant material. Now, why wouldn't you just wear this all the time? This is waterproof, right? Look at
Yeah.
this.
It's
Oh!
noisy, that's why.
It's noisy, so you get shot. That's upsetting. But hey, I should get a set of these. What are these worth? Gore-Tex. Oh my God, they're $80.
Yep.
That's waterproof though.
Yep, 100%.
So you could wear that with a
You could wear,
Gore-Tex
like-
jacket, and you'd be set.
100% waterproof.
And the neat thing about it, look how thin this is. You could totally roll these up, eh?
Yep. You could fit jacket and pant into a butt pack.
That's awesome. So when the wogs don't have to be stopped by rain. Perfect. But we'll get into rain gear later. Don't you worry. We'll be back looking at these again. I'm probably going to pick these up. These are fat. They're in really nice shape. This is like never used.
No, and it's triple ply.
It's 3 layers.
Yeah.
Now, why is that important to go with